YouTube, it's Kathy, it's day 8 of VEDA, and today we are meant to do a response video. So today, as you might have guessed from the title of this video, I will be doing a response video to a video entitled Pep Talk to Myself. This was done by Christi a few days ago, and I will leave links to it here and up there, so you can go check it out. You can do that now if you'd like. I won't mind. You will have paused me and I will not know. I really liked this video because often, especially while we're in the process of learning, we have this kind of collective feeling that we're not good enough to be doing the thing that we're learning how to do. And while that might be technically correct in some aspects, you have to start somewhere. It's also really important to note that depending on where you're learning, that learning environment might not be geared toward you and might not be in your best interest if you're going to continue on that path. As an example, a decade ago I was in a program that there was no way I was going to come out of it being a professional actor. There just was no way. I had loved theater all my life. I was incredibly dedicated to it. I was incredibly dedicated to doing as much as I possibly could within the department, but there weren't opportunities for me. I auditioned for everything I could possibly do, but nothing worked out. And some of that, to be fair, could be right down to talent. There were a lot of talented people in the department, so that's fine. However, I was definitely not what the department heads were looking for either. I mean, I'm not tall, I don't have the atypical model beauty, and I'm heavy. Once I realized this program wasn't working for me, even though I absolutely loved being there, I took an opportunity to run away to Europe and get a bunch of life experience. Getting this life experience actually increased my confidence in myself. I got a job there as a manager of an international company. And it wasn't until I came back to Canada and started applying for jobs that I felt there was something lacking in my resume, because my resume didn't have a pretty piece of paper on it that says that I had spent 2 to 4 years in a learning institute and had finished some form of degree, even though I had managed an international company for a year. Somehow I managed to get a job sort of in the field of what I wanted to do at the time, and it didn't work out because the mechanics of the job itself were not built for somebody like me, and I was not built for something like them. And I was let go from that job. My termination letter actually used the word incompetent, which is not a word that anyone had really used to describe me before, or possibly since. However, it's a word that definitely stuck with me, and it made things like having the top GPA in my entire college seem like nothing, because I must be still incompetent, and I guess all of the other people around me were just less competent than I was. That's really not fair. So being in a learning process can totally deflate your confidence, but you have to start somewhere. So I'm glad that she's decided to move forward with what she wants to do, and I'm really happy with what I'm doing with my life right now. And I want to remember that I'm happy with it. I want to remember that I'm really enjoying what I get to do for a living now. I really want to remember that I love making these videos and having this creative outlet. It's very fitting that the weather is kind of cloudy and gross today, because that just reminds me that I have 6 months coming up where I'm not going to be feeling my best. So having a little pep talk with myself would probably also be a really good idea right about now. But maybe I'll do that in another video. For now, I will see you tomorrow. Bye! I mean, I'm not tall, I'm not aesthetically pleasing. No, I am aesthetically pleasing, let's be honest.